Hello, everyone and no one, and welcome to another Rotten Movie Reviews. Today we watch the exponentially better than the Nicolas Cage version of Left Behind, but the Kevin Sorbo directed and starring Left Behind from 2023. And I feel better, but still feel like shit because I either picked up a bug or something else. I don't know. But with me as always is Tier Alexander. Tier, how you doing?
A lot better now that the memory of that horrible Nicolas Cage movie has been wiped from my brain. Fuck that movie.
Join us. Oh, sorry. And join us as well as Angela. Angela, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you? I'm glad to hear that you're feeling at least a little bit better.
I was just like, moving on for me. And joining us as always is Will at Forge. Will, how you doing?
And times I'm not usually jealous of Tyr, but right now, I can't get the mental images to save my life, but I also can't get things out of my head. They save in a different format. So yeah, lucky you getting rid of the Nick Cage one. It's locked in a corner of the brain and it is never leaving.
So some might say
Oh wait,
it's in your head. In your head.
Zombie.
yes.
Zombie.
Yeah, for those of
Say
you who have,
maybe I'll get lucky and have early onset dementia. It'll be one of the first things to go.
yeah, doubt it. So for anyone who hasn't seen the Left Behind series, like I actually want to read the books now. This movie was definitely better than the previous. Instead of having the whole thing of the lead up to the rapture, then the rapture, and after it, it all does it post rapture with some small flashbacks. Oh, excuse me.
Which I think is a little better.
Yeah, because I mean, in all honesty, for a lot of it, you don't necessarily need as much. You can do a little brief overview, which is why the first one did so well, because the going into the rapture was done in what? Or it's like after people were raptured was like what, 10 minutes in already?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very quick to it. I feel like the flow on this one, aside from the egregious sin of ongoing narration,
Yeah.
the flow on this one was a lot smoother than the Kirk Cameron one. I think the Kirk Cameron one was better,
Yeah.
but I think this one was smoother on the acting and the flow of events and everything for the most part.
hmm
So it makes it. I mean, either one is. Forget Head and Shoulders. Either one is like miles better than the Cage.
Yes. The Cage one was. It wasn't. It was the thin veneer of a rapture movie or Left Behind.
Mm-hmm.
Name only.
Naming some characters.
LBINO.
Yeah.
It should have been Rapture on a Plane.
Yeah, Rapture's on the plane.
That would be. I mean, that would be a more honest labeling of it. So I mean, obviously they can't go to that extreme.
Yeah, I don't remember any of the movies having a guy masturbate a banana. But yeah, and
What?
Clown, I would definitely
What?
expect the Left Behind books to lead you more toward the Bible, considering the fact they're about Revelations. But yeah, Johnny Elcott said, but did the Kirk Cameron have a guy masturbating a banana?
No.
No.
I'm not sure I watched that.
I'm guessing he watched the movie on Frost's channel or his server and their MST.
Yes.
Johnny, that was not that funny. I know you were trying, but... And I'm glad you made you laugh.
Oh yeah, the reference to the
random banana thing.
where he was on that one thing and he's like, the atheist's greatest weakness, a banana.
Oh, okay.
I always forget about that. But to go back into this movie was definitely a lot better. Obviously better than that. I don't remember who Connor was because apparently it looks like Kevin Sorbo had his son in there.
Probably Connor.
No, he played Connor. I can't remember which one Connor was.
Oh,
Connor was
was
the
that
assistant. He was
Yeah, was
Buck's
that
assistant.
the computer guy? Not the
accountant guy.
professor, the geek.
The kid?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the kid.
Okay.
The
I thought his name was something else for a minute.
no, it was Connor. Huh. That's interesting.
Mm.
I'm sorry. I realized that. Oh, he's been in a few of his dad's movies too.
Yep, his debut was Let There Be Light.
And a movie called Bernie the Dolphin.
Who doesn't love a movie about a dolphin?
Yeah.
But I mean, this one was
I-
definitely better. Had, in my opinion, better actors than just Nicolas Cage. Like the Nicolas Cage one had a good acting cast. They gave it their all. Just the mixture of writing, editing, and directing was just not good. Like this one, like I said, I still say it had more soul or passion than the Nicolas Cage one, but it just lacked what that original one had. And I'll also bring up the whole fact that the dude who played the Antichrist in this one, Bailey Chase, would have been better if he'd have had an accent instead of sounding fucking American.
Oh, that was
Yes.
really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Or they made I forget the guy's name, the guy that plays Stonergo. If they'd have made
Neil
him
McDowell?
the Antichrist and
McDowell?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, McDonough. No. Yeah.
He's too
Yes.
old to play Nikolai
Yeah.
Tier.
Yeah.
No, he played
Fair enough.
Stonergo. Well, he was better for that.
Yeah, he was fantastic. I have to
Those-
admit.
He always plays a great villain.
Yeah, especially like a villainous businessman.
Mhm.
He's very good at.
Like if
I
you've
think that's
ever,
Go ahead.
he was in the second Red movie as the one assassin for the U.S. He also is in the final season of Justified with Timothy Olyphant.
Timothy Oliphant?
Yes.
I love him, but I never saw Justified.
Pretty decent series.
What was I gonna say? I think the fact that he is such a good villain is why I like when I see him in like hero roles, like good guy
Mhm.
roles.
I mean,
Because
he can.
I'm so used to seeing him as the bad guy.
I mean, he can
It's
play.
nice to see that he has range.
Oh yeah, he can play a villain or a hero, or just some random dude. And he has a small role in the. I think it was a Netflix movie or something called Falcon Rising with Michael J. White. And his whole thing is basically being like a thing or a person for, I'd say more of like the military industrial complex thing of like a defense contract type thing.
Mhm.
And like quite literally, he only has like two scenes, one like earlier on in the movie, and then one right at the end about his Michael J. White's sister, and he just fucking knocks it out of the park.
He does that well. So
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I do think we scared away Mr. Scott. during-
He probably just
movie.
wasn't too big on the whole Christian movie. I still think it's funny.
I mean, fair enough.
I didn't realize because we have two technically Christian holidays in this month of, obviously St. Patrick's Day, then obviously Easter. And what are we doing after this? The next two of the Kirk Cameron Left Behind movies.
Well, St.
I
Patrick's
just-
Day really isn't a Christian holiday.
Yeah, it
Just
is.
saying.
It celebrates the patron saint of Ireland, even though it's only it's not celebrated in Ireland.
Well, if you're getting a bunch of your mates together at the pub for a drink in Ireland, that's just a Thursday night. So
Yeah, that's just a day ending in what? Why?
most days do.
St. Patrick's Day is the proof that Americans will celebrate anything if it means they can drink.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
To quote one of my favorite songs, St. Patrick was a gentleman. He came from decent people, Timmy.
And all
Love that song.
technicality clown, while Catholics try to say they're not Christian, they still fall under that umbrella term of Christianity.
I almost said the same thing, brother, but yeah, in technicality, he was a Catholicism was the beginning of Christianity, so.
Yep.
Well, no, it actually wasn't, but they claim that.
As an organized religion, let me
preface.
Yeah.
Like Christmas. I said before. Just to make sure.
I'll still say, going back to this movie, I just also don't really think it works in more modern times. Like, I understand for Revelations that, it does have the whole thing of globalism, which I'm against either way. But, we had the COVID thing where they're mocking that.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter had the reference to God's not dead.
I did like the Hercules reference.
Yeah,
oh, that was great.
I almost choked. I was like, really?
And Sorbo wasn't even in that scene.
Yeah.
I know, but it was
no, but
there.
the reference is perfect though. Self-awareness is an amazing thing.
There were a couple of times where I have to admit I seriously laughed out loud because of the references that they were making.
Oh yeah, they're coming up to the church and all souls matter.
Uh-huh.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not always the biggest fan of all the Christian stuff and whatnot, but at least it seems like Kevin Sorbo, as a director, understood he could take shots at stuff, but also make fun of himself. So it had a pretty healthy balance.
Mm-hmm.
He's capable.
Go ahead.
I was going to say he is capable of self-awareness, and he does not mind poking fun at himself.
Oh yeah,
like that is something he doesn't have a problem. And I'm sorry, Angela. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
I think basically Kevin Sorbo thought that the original movie was dated and wouldn't be received well, and so decided to revitalize it by putting it into the current age. But he didn't realize that the original movie actually has the ability to it's there's a term, it still holds up. It's
relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
It still holds relevance, and that's what you're trying to say.
No, I literally was trying to say it still holds up in spite of the fact that it is, you can tell by like the clothes and stuff that it is dated, but it's not because the story never really references any current day events,
Mhm.
it can carry through.
You can slide it in any time frame.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Yeah,
good.
you could shoot it in a modern, say, you could take and you could shoot it in a modern environment and not change any of the real content,
Hmm.
and that if you wanted to do a remake, you don't have to throw modern references into it to make it remain a successful story.
And apparently, for this movie, the first draft of the script was complete in 2017. Before filming began in 2021, there were significant rewrites in order for the story to reflect the then current events.
Yeah, see, that's where the problem is. The original movie, like the book, did not reference any actual current events because it wanted to hold water in any time frame.
Wants it to be able to transcend time in that particular way.
Makes sense.
Well, I mean, if you're turning around and writing a book series that might lead people to be saved because that's what your faith believes, you're not going to want to turn around and alienate somebody 10, 20, 30 years in the future. You want everyone to have that ability to find salvation. Am I wrong?
Mm-mm.
No,
And so they wrote it with that purpose in mind. It was written, okay. The Left Behind series was written by Jerry B. Jenkins and Tim LaHaye, who are both very prominent biblical scholars.
Okay.
And they were concerned with um, the signs of the times, shall we say, that indicated that the end of the world, that the revelation might be coming.
Yeah.
And they wanted to try to make sure people had the ability to find the information that they need when the rapture does happen.
I still think it's funny that apparently the movie budget or the full budget of this movie was less than $3.5 million, which was Nicolas Cage's salary for when he did it.
Wow.
And apparently, this is the sixth
Effort,
Left 4
man.
Dead, or not Left 4 Dead. Fuck, god damn it, here.
Yes, Left 4
Left
Dead
Behind movie. Actually, the original trilogy, the 2014 reboot, and then a 2016 spin-off called Vanished.
This one had a spinoff?
In 2016, there was a spin-off of the Left Behind series called Vanished. It says when millions of people disappear, Gabby, her sister, and their other companions will have to stick together for survival to figure out what happened behind an indescribable occurrence. And they have a different dude who plays Pastor Barnes or Billings.
Ah.
Huh. Interesting.
And apparently there were supposed to be 2 sequels after the 2014 series, but like 3 of the people that were are contracted to have their roles or reprise their roles because of the length of time between projects and scheduling conflicts. Rise of the Antichrist ended up being a complete recast. So quite literally, this was supposed to be originally the sequel to the 2014 movie.
Ah.
Huh.
Instead, they just don't reference it. And it's like, that makes sense considering the fact, they're like, oh, well, Chloe saw her brother, held her brother before he disappeared.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing. I was like, they directly referenced something that happened in the Kirk Cameron movie.
Yeah.
And then
No,
they
that was in the Nicolas
directly
Cage. Yeah.
referenced
Well, sorry, go
and
ahead.
then they directly referenced something that happened in the Nicolas Cage movie. And I'm like, it's like they're turning that's when I said it's like they're trying to Frankenstein's monster both movies together into one.
Yeah, I think Kevin Sorbo was trying. It's like, in the writers with him were trying to use this as like the 2014 one is kind of a jump off point, but having it trying to be a bit more accurate to the book while having more current events.
I had a big problem with like the only thing that I had a problem with was the timing of certain things that they had in this. They I feel like they were definitely trying to set up for a sequel to this one.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
I say that because Amanda is a character in the books that isn't I as I was saying isn't introduced until like halfway through the series and ends up marrying Ray.
Mm.
Which was why I was like going, okay, they're bringing in Ray's love interest way, way too soon.
Oh, and it's funny because Amanda was also played, by the looks of it, Kevin Sorbo's wife,
Oh, nice.
Sam
Man,
Sorbo.
yeah,
Yep.
man, he's really trying to keep it in the family.
Well,
Well,
apparently his son was only supposed to be a minor role until the all right, where was it? No, yeah, Connor was originally intended to be a very minor role. However, producers were so impressed with Braden Sorbo's performance that extra scenes were written for him.
Hey,
Hey, because he got his father's acting chops.
and his strong faith. I mean,
Mm. Yeah.
I mean, I have no problem with them doing that because it's not like, he was giving all these massive roles to that. Like, his family got smaller roles.
I mean, but isn't he? It wasn't he the producer on it, right?
No,
So
he
I
was the
guess
director.
he was the director. Of course,
Yeah.
he's
But
the
again,
director.
he's
So
not doing the shit like Will Smith did with his son to where, he made him a one of the main characters.
yeah. Oh God, that was such a
Made-
nepotistic movie.
made the whole movie about him.
I don't know what movie you're talking about, so.
After Earth.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So I know that he did that, but I can't remember anything else about it. But otherwise,
See,
for this one,
Neither
I
did
don't
I because there's a
care.
limit to my self-loathing.
Yeah, I say it's like, I'm gonna be honest, we don't need to go into the whole thing here, or it's like whomever was gonna say anything
Oh,
about
what
it.
the fuck? I did. Hey,
Well, Will also partially cut me off. I was gonna say I don't care about the movie.
pick on Peer Day, I guess.
Well, I mean, isn't it
Both y'all
damning
cut me
why?
off. Will just kept talking.
I'm good at that.
Yeah, it's your fault, Peer.
Exactly.
And the way
It's
you were
Tier's
almost
fault
going
that
will
Will
sound like you
talks.
were trying to do something else. I don't know.
No, I was like, I didn't watch, don't care, don't want to either. There's a limit to my self-loathing.
I'm not insane, and I don't want to die. Like, yeah.
No, I was just gonna say it's got a pretty decent cast, and that apparently, like, the dude who played the pastor, he's been in a few movies with. There was a Charles Andrew Payne. He's been in a few movies with Kevin Sorbo. He was the teacher in the second Santa Claus movie.
Apparently, he's also like an economist on Fox News.
He's a man of many talents.
He's
Apparently.
a professional comedian, apparently.
Huh. Then maybe I misunderstood.
Says
'Cause I
actor,
looked him
comedian, writer, motivational speaker Charles Andrew Payne started acting at a young age and has appeared in numerous television shows, films, commercials, and theater productions.
I
And then
have
as a professional comedian, he has toured across Canada and the U.S., appearing at comedy clubs and comedy festivals, headlining, speaks at corporate and presents at corporate events, providing talks on various business topics, perseverance and resiliency, weaving in comedy and storytelling styles. His writings have been featured in various publications and produced into theatrical stage as well as television. Blah blah blah. And Payne
I forget you guys go directly to IMDb.
Yep.
I just look up the thing, and apparently Charles V. Payne is an American Fox Business Network financial journalist
Charles
and
V.
host of
Payne.
yes.
It should be Charles Andrew Payne.
All right, it looks like the same dude. Charles Payne, as the market rises, you will hear more bubble warnings. And yeah, it's definitely the same dude. I've got a lot of images.
Oh, man of many talents.
Yeah.
Plausible.
And I mean, if he's an if he's an economist, he's already a professional comedian.
William. That was funny.
And I like the dig with Dirk having it, the whole thing of why he doesn't keep his lead lined laptop in the safe.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, when
Yeah.
they get into there, they're gonna, it's like, they'll get the grand prize. Like, or it's like, decrypt the whole thing. Well, they'll get a grand prize. Like, oh, what is it? He's like, the entire series of The Simpsons. Oh, that's probably gonna piss him off more. I don't know, man. It's a Blu-ray copy. It's just like, okay, I like Dirk.
I'd be angry.
Yeah, I liked this version of Dirk better than the one in Kirk Cameron's version.
Yeah.
I have to admit that.
Yeah.
Yes, I realize that I'm weird, but
ain't nothing
Don't
wrong
worry, I
with
like
that.
this version of Dirk too.
So I like the pasture from the original Kirk Cameron one over this one. This one's not bad. I just like that that pasture better.
Yeah.
I do have to admit though, or just point out though, that what they did with Dirk here is they combined Dirk and Alan into one character.
Oh, the one dude from the government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was actually the way it happened in the original, the Kirk Cameron version, is more accurate to the book.
Okay.
Oh, to where Dirk gets.
But I can understand why they combine them into one character for this.
Well, yeah, because they tried to make it not as much of a nailed down main character.
Yeah, exactly.
When
also, they had to hire fewer. It was fewer actors they had to hire.
Yeah.
Fewer people they had to pay.
Yeah, because for the original,
for two characters that die in the first movie, anyway.
Yeah, but for the original Kirk Cameron one, for that movie, the Buck was more of the main character or of the main protagonist, and it's not to discount the others.
I mean, yeah, he did get a lot of the cooler scenes.
It made sense though, given that he's the type of person that would meet the most people and cause interactions like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, for the first movie, it makes more sense of Buck being the more predominant protagonist. He's not the only protagonist, but for that movie, he's the more predominant. Then as things go, it's Steele who becomes more of the protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, for crying out loud, they could have also just done the thing to where, like, each book or it's like you have different main characters in that whole thing because not everything has to follow specifically one person.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
in a book, you still can have multiple main characters in a single book. Like movies are slightly different, where you kind of have to follow. Well, you don't have to follow one character, but there is always a character that quote unquote gets more screen time than the others.
You trying to say something, Angela?
And sorry,
I was going to go into things that were different about this one that I don't like, which is um the whole uh Chloe finding Amanda and the black lady that
Fern.
is dying.
yeah, Fern. I
Um
like Granny Fern.
I I do like them, but as I was saying, um it's just more of them trying to put too much at wrong times. If you're going to turn around and try to make, because this was lined up to have more sequels.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to try to make a series that follows a series of books, you don't have to try to jam important characters that appear later on into the beginning. They don't all have to follow
Yeah.
together.
I mean, at least for the whole thing, they didn't try to already start setting up the romance between Amanda and Rayford. They
Yeah,
let it just be as though they were people. I don't
and
know if Buck and Chloe have the relationship in the book. It
They do.
definitely okay.
They do.
It definitely seemed like they pushed that way too quickly.
Um,
It went
they're
pretty quickly
young,
in the
and
book.
it's literally the whole young, dumb love of youth
Mm.
thing. Only it's the end of the world, so it's gonna work.
it's
I hate to
we're out
say,
of options.
yeah, exactly. It's the end of the world, so it's not like it's gonna fall apart. Um,
Oh, here they feel fine.
mm,
And I feel fine.
I
Oh
wasn't
God, Jesus.
going there, but okay. If you wanted to, you're totally welcome.
I don't know if I like the whole thing of like Buck having the whole thing to where he somehow puts it out over all the news networks and breaks the story of no, he's the Antichrist.
I
I
dislike
don't
that too. To
know
be
how
honest with you.
close that is to the book though either.
Not not the way they did it in the movie, but again, it's them trying to advance the plot too quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that, especially seeing how he should like the way that they did in the Kirk Cameron one was because he was unsure of what the fuck he just saw.
Well, no, in that one he knew what he had seen,
He knew
Well,
what
yeah,
he saw.
he had
He just
understood
couldn't believe that he was the
how
only one.
everyone else was deceived as well.
Exactly. He
Which
couldn't believe he was the only one that saw what actually happened.
yeah, I'll still say this one the voice reverb for the Antichrist for Bailey Chase was really cool. It just doesn't have the flair and impact that the Kirk Cameron one had.
Mm.
yeah.
Like that dude did all that with just his voice, no extra freaking little effects in there, which again were cool to kind of show how that the Antichrist could go through and do that, but just homie in the original
Yeah.
did that with straight fucking bravado.
Again, I kept saying he's a Goa'uld.
I don't know what the frick you're talking about, but if you say so.
Um,
And then it just didn't.
start. But
And then the whole thing of like him being like the one security guard who draws his gun and then it goes back in because he's standing there again, which would have made more sense of having him, have had the security guard draw the gun, take that security guard's gun, shot the dude, hand him the security guard that gun back, and grabbed a different security guard's gun before shooting him. Because it's like only one motherfucker fired. The fucking forensics on that's going to be easily provable.
Yeah, but we've
Except they're-
also shown that they make their own information.
Yeah, and they're not going to do a forensic
Yeah.
search with
It's
everybody in the room
it's still
reporting
just
the exact same
it's still just
events.
one of those things to me that it's like I think
It is weird.
it seems like the Antichrist would have known that and would have done it purely for the theatrics instead of
I
just
don't think
taking
he'd
one.
care.
And then I hate the fact that he fucking had the gun sideways. That fucking gun should have smacked him in the face.
I mean, he is the Antichrist, and I'm pretty sure he had the strength of the devil.
Did I ever tell you that my brother calls you the gun guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
But to me, it's one of those things. I like it when they take that little step more to where not only would have the Antichrist had the whole thing of, well, everyone's going to believe my story and do it the same way as well. I will also go through the process to make it that instead of having to manufacture or change the evidence, that the evidence already is going to point that way as well.
But
I mean, but like you
again,
said, you have enough witnesses saying this is what happened.
you have a room full of witnesses. They're not going to check the different guns and the forensics on that. If there was some discrepancies in the story, but everybody's going to be giving the same story, they're not going to dig further.
In a situation like that, it is plausible that they could. But again, this is just the whole thing. I understand it's a movie. What I'm stating is I think it would have been better if they'd have put a little bit extra effort in. For fuck's sake, y'all are reading way too goddamn much into this.
That's what the fuck we do. Have you met any of us this week?
Maybe.
Ever.
Hey, you're talking to the girl that yelled at Tyr and Will earlier for talking during a movie that I or for talking about stupid shit too much during a movie I hadn't seen yet. That was actually really good.
That's all right. Like technically, I wore myself out just at saying that.
Technically, it was relevant to the movie. It was a side tangent, but it was relevant to the movie.
It was inspired by the movie. It had nothing to actually do with the movie.
Half dozen hours.
We're trying out for the Boys in the Hood remake. Let them like the sideways gun always bothers me in that whole thing because it's still with where he'd have been from, most of what he'd been done, being that whole thing. You don't look any more evil with the gun sideways. You maybe slightly cocked because of how your hand doesn't naturally go up and down. It does tilt her to the inside a little bit. That would make sense.
Maybe
I can't take people seriously when they hold the fucking gun sideways.
Maybe he's pandering to the blacks.
Wow.
What'd I say?
Shouldn't that be what the pastors for?
The pander to?
Or Fern?
I don't know. Huh?
So shouldn't that be what the pastor's for? Or Fern? I mean, come on, Tyr.
Nope.
You know all souls matter.
Nope.
Oh, no.
It was that one gun scene that he was pandering to the blacks. Yep. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Dude, you remember that little bit of growth we talked about?
Yeah.
It's time to
What?
lean into that a little bit.
I did grow. I'm just saying what I was thinking.
Yes, you did say what you were thinking.
Am I wrong?
Maybe. I don't know what they were doing with that
I don't
scene.
know.
I
I don't
just
know what the fuck they
Bro,
were doing
Raggy.
either.
I just think it was because I actually do agree with Rotn on that.
And then going to the whole thing, like the whole fact of them trying to kill Buck made a lot less sense
Yeah.
when so much of what he did helped the Antichrist. So having the people try to kill him, other than in that one scene early on with the car bomb, especially like after the one thing doesn't make as much sense. But then again, having him, do the whole Billy thing where he's like, "Name here, I'm about to bring the truth. Look at the Bible. I'm not trying to be a dick.
Yeah.
I just can't think as well, and I'm kind of sick."
Yeah,
It's
I'm
okay,
starting
man.
to be worried about you having a fever, actually. Right.
Not a clue. Trying to think what else for this movie. I still thought it was also kind of weird that Chloe dug up a grave, then grave robbed from it.
That would
Yeah.
never,
Yeah.
ever have happened.
I'm
That
pretty
would
sure she
not
dug
have
up her grandmother's
happened.
grave.
You're back to the difference between faith and knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, if you're coming to faith, you are not needing that much evidence.
I want to know why she dug up grandma.
Because she knew grandma was a Christian.
And she
And
figured if Grandma's corpse was gone,
because she had just heard that the dead in Christ will rise, she might as well go check, and if grandma's gone, then yes, the dead in Christ rose.
Mm-hmm.
What if her grandmother's grave got visited by a lich, or got eaten by a corpse
Here,
eater? Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
Oh,
Tiered.
dude, I didn't say anything.
You said started to.
then you were thinking it.
What the hell?
And then the almost perceived thing that because Chloe gave Buck the cross necklace, that's what helped shield him. Because they had nothing really put in there that Connor had any faith.
Really. Not really.
Well, when they went into that whole, like, when 2 or more of my followers are there, so am I.
Connor did have faith because Connor was the one that called him and told him, like, in that when Connor called him and said, "I know you don't want to hear this, but I think this is the truth." Connor had faith.
I don't remember that part.
Because it was done over. It was done over the scene where he's going to Chloe as a voiceover, but it was Connor's voice.
Oh, where he's
saying,
talking to
"Hey,"
him, saying that the one chick was killed and that they, were calling it an accident.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember everything that was said in that one.
He told him that he was pretty that it was the rapture and that he
Yeah.
should check the Bible.
Yes. That's why the when two or more gathered, like it was referencing Connor.
Yeah.
But it could also have been, referencing Chloe with the cross.
Well,
That's
no,
true.
it almost had, like, if you didn't see that part, because like I said, I kind of missed part of that one because I was grabbing food.
Mm-hmm.
That it seemed like the perceived thing that his divine protection was the cross. But when it was supposed to, let me get
Go
the
ahead.
rest out. You know,
Yes.
because they were showing the 2 or more followers of them being at the church and having their whole thing, and that by having the whole thing with Connor having faith in everything, that it was them being together that basically helped or protected both of them from the deception.
Well, no. Before that, he went in and he prayed and he asked God to help him.
He
So
actually, yeah.
So it was also the same thing for the first movie when before he goes into the meeting with the Antichrist, he prays, "Hey Lord, I know I'm not worthy, but hey, I need some assistance here." You know,
I do not remember that part at all in this movie.
yeah, that's what
He
happens.
did it. You must have been a little out of it at the
Yeah,
time.
I'll take y'all's word for it because I do not remember that part. And I was paying attention. Well, I might have been typing
Like it,
something.
yeah, like
in our
it
little
literally
chat.
happened before, right, right before he goes into it and goes, "Hey," and he prays and he puts the cross on.
Do you remember, Rotn? Do you remember the part when Haim tells him that there's going to be peace in the Middle East because they found the actual
Yeah, because they said it would be the one thing was only
right
7
after
years,
that,
and he
Buck
says he has to
goes
call to
into the
make.
bathroom and says the prayer.
Okay, I thought he called Chloe.
No.
Mm-mm.
Fucking mind's messing my ass.
Maybe you need some sleep, bud.
Well, sleep and me don't always agree.
Let's see. How long have we been live?
Almost an hour. Well, we got about another 12 minutes to hit an hour. And I know I'm not going to sleep anytime soon.
You can at least have some of that orange juice.
Oh, I did.
Rest your eyes.
I had the orange juice when I went and picked it up from the store today.
Well, you can have more orange juice and
She's gonna
maybe
force
rest
that
your
orange
eyes.
juice down your throat, boy. You're
Well,
gonna
he
love
doesn't
it.
have tea and lemonade. He didn't listen to me the last time he was sick, and I told him he should go and get some at least have some lemonade in the house, if not some tea.
I'll just down some pickle juice. Replenish them electrolytes.
Well, hot lemonade and honey. It soothes the throat and like eases cough.
Haven't really had a cough and the throat hasn't really been sore.
Okay, well that is good. Then I'd just go with maybe get some chamomile tea to help you rest.
Mm.
I know you're not a big tea guy, but you might at least try to have a couple of
If I were to do
tea
tea,
bags around.
I typically just do green tea. Though I can do Earl Grey from time to time.
Really? You
Yeah.
like the taste of castor oil?
Earl Grey
Mm-hmm.
is wonderful, dear.
It's an
And it's the
acquired taste, and
base
I never
for a
acquired it.
perfect and it's the base for a perfect London fog, which is like my favorite latte.
It's an acquired taste, Angela, and I never acquired it.
Good. More Earl Grey for me.
That will give you all the. You can have all the Earl. You can have every
See,
Earl of Grey you want.
I like personally a really good either a gunpowder green or a green white fusion. So
I can also do sweet tea from time to time.
yeah, I prefer not to drink syrup. But I've got my own reasons for that. So
I'll still say the guy they got to play Buck wasn't bad.
no, he wasn't. He
No,
did
he
well in
I
the role.
thought he did pretty well.
Yeah.
I was surprised by the guy that played Nikolai. Wasn't he in the movie with the bugs? The
Wow, that narrows it
really
down.
bad the really bad space movie
Starship
with the
Troopers?
aliens. Yeah.
I don't believe
No?
so.
I don't know
Doesn't look.
why he looks like somebody that was in that. Probably, I guess I'm wrong, but I know I've seen him in other things. He's a that guy, Mitch would say.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he's done a lot of like one or a couple episodes for TV shows and whatnot. Like he was in at least an episode of 13 episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer as Graham
that's
Miller.
why I recognize him. Never
Yep,
mind.
he was in an episode of Jag. He's been in an
He-
episode of CSI. Apparently, he was in like 26 episodes of As the World Turns. Never saw it.
Don't.
Couple
As the World
episodes
Turns
called
is
mine.
a daytime soap. I'm pretty sure you never saw it.
Okay, the only one of those I ever saw
I've
was
seen it.
some of Days of Our Lives. Okay,
I stayed with my grandmother a
he
lot.
was in 2 episodes
Yes, I've
of
seen that.
Castle. 46 episodes of Saving Grace.
1 episode of
Okay,
SVU,
so,
3 of Criminal Minds.
1 of White Collar.
okay.
33 episodes
So
of
he's prolific.
Longmire. That's where he was also the most known for.
I can
So-
tell you why I recognize him.
Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Criminal Minds.
So he's a star of the silver screen.
He's a star of the small screen.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in some movies as well. Just he's been in more TV shows, and it also seems like he's been doing some more Christian movies. Like he's got, or a couple of them
Nice.
plausibly.
The silver screen is actually the big screen tier.
Ah.
He's in the movie Homestead with Stonegall.
Stonagle?
Neil McDowell. Don Neil.
Yeah, that guy. Tin Man.
I just remember him, and I'm gonna slightly ruin the. I don't want to ruin the ending for anyone who wants to see Justified. But he plays, again, kind of evil businessman that ends up also getting addicted to opioids for a bit.
He's forever going to be Tin Man for me.
Tin Man.
It was a sci-fi
It was
miniseries
spin-off of
with Zoe
Game of
Deschanel.
Oh.
He played the Tin Man. She was Dorothy. If you
They had.
if you know your Wizard of Oz, she went by DG. If you know your Wizard of Oz, Dorothy's name is Dorothy Gale. DG. There you go.
Yeah, and in this variation, the Tin Man refers to him being like a law officer.
The sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him the most in Red 2.
In what?
Red 2. It's one of the lesser known DC
I thought you said
movies.
Ratatouille. I was going, what?
The first one was better than the second, but you got freaking Bruce Willis, John Malkovich. The first one also has.
They were trying.
Oh fuck! Played God.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Yeah, in the second one you also have Anthony Hopkins. The first one also, and the second has Helen Mirren. Like it's.
Yeah.
If you've never seen them, they are so they're based off a DC comic. They are so dumb for a lot of things. They are so fucking fun. Because the first movie also has Carl Urban in it, and it's just great. You got the one guy when he talks to Carl Urban, and he's just like, yeah, he's like, he toppled governments and he's like, took down dictators. Then some pencil neck came down here and tagged him Red. Red? Yeah, Red. R-E-D. Retired, extremely dangerous. Oh, the dude who played that fucking magnifique. He had like 2 scenes. stole him because like when he has the one scene with Carl Urban, then he has the one scene with Bruce Willis, and in both of them he's done other stuff as well. I can't remember what else he's done, but oh god, was the he steals he just stole a scene.
Sounds good, actually. I haven't seen it though.
Maybe we'll have to do that one of these days because it's a dumb, like I said, it's a dumb fun movie. It's just great in my opinion. All right.
So you watch a lot of those.
I mean, for the fact that it was a massive, or it's like, Hollywood movie type thing, but it was and it, even the second one, they put more of it being a DC movie. The second one or first one, they don't.
Which is not, for the record, not judging on that. I watch a lot of dumb fun movies and dumb mediocre movies and
Yeah.
and dumb movies. And so
Like Morgan Freeman even plays a bit of a horn dog.
Wow.
That's a
Oh, yeah.
first.
No, it wasn't Tony DeSantis.
But yeah, I
It also has
actually
Richard Dreyfuss in it.
in Red.
In Red, yeah, the first one.
Okay, you just won me over.
He plays the villain.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody here ever actually read Jaws?
No.
Reds, yeah, but not in 30 plus years.
I
didn't know
tried
Jaws
to
was a
read it.
book.
I hated it. Literally everybody in that book was despicable, and I wanted them to die. I wanted the shark to be able to come on land so that Mrs. Brody could get eaten.
Jesus fucking Christ,
They were all awful people.
Oh yeah, then it also has Brian Cox makes an appearance in both movies as well.
Oh, you read Jaws?
No,
awesome, bro.
Oh, he did, yeah. It's Ernest Borgnine.
Don't mess with the Borgnine.
I'm probably
Ernest
butchering
Borgnine
his
was
last
in-
name. Yeah, he plays the records keeper.
He'd have to have been really freaking old.
Oh yeah, because this movie came out in 2013.
Okay, because I'm pretty
No,
sure Ernest
the
Borgnine is
second
dead
one
now.
came out in 2013.
It could have been post posthumous release.
The first one was 2010. Yeah, the first one was 2010. He only is in the first movie.
Yeah, it's 20. He died 2012.
So it came out 2 years before he passed.
Okay.
What's up, Keishel? But like, yeah,
Okay.
he
Hi,
freaking
Keishel.
he steals the scenes he's in because he's such a charismatic fucking actor.
Ernest Borgnine? Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, because he had one posthumous, well, not posthumous release. His last official movie role was the man who shook hands, this Vince Ferdinand.
Apparently, he was also Mermaid Man in SpongeBob SquarePants. And he had one that came
Well
out
done,
about
brother.
him where he played Big Frank Baum in Snatched. It got released in 2014. So it was a TV movie.
I mean, we did watch him in the Double MacGuffin.
Yeah, if you're ever looking for like just a straight up popcorn film that you're not supposed to take seriously, and that whole thing, Red is definitely up there for it. Great action movie. It's not meant to be taken seriously. in so many things. Like the funniest part is the fact when they also meet John Malkovich's character, and they're like, oh, and, the one character, Sarah Rose, played by Mary Louise Parker, and she's like, he's insane. Like, had this whole thing like he's insane in that whole thing. And he's like, well, when the government has been slipping you doses of LSD for like 10 years, and she's like, but he looks great for his age. Like their first interaction, you see him, he's got a crossbow on frickin' Bruce Willis, and he's like, you're here to kill me. He's like, no, I'm not. He's like, yeah, you are. Because last time I tried to kill, he's like, last time we met, I tried to kill you. He's like, that's behind us. Some people hold grudges. He's like, I'm not here to kill you, because he gets the freaking crossbow sideways, and that's the whole thing. He's like, so, mind taking that knife out of my balls? And you see freaking John Malkovich pull that out. It was like when I was talking with Reaper the other day, I was like, the reason why I bought a 5-inch 460 Magnum wasn't because of I think the 5th Resident Evil movie. It's like that was a little bit in there, but not near as much. But it is because that is John Malkovich's main firearm in that movie.
Wow.
Yeah, it's where the whole scene that the Mythbusters did of seeing if they could shoot through an RPG.
Are we going to shoot through a role-playing game?
No, rocket-propelled grenade.
I knew what it meant, damn it.
Now you do.
Now I do.
Yeah, getting to see John Malkovich step out to like where he plays an action role besides playing a villain. Like, dude, conspiracy theorist. It's like almost seeming like conspiracy theorist, but like has the shit to back up to save his life. Maybe we'll do that the first Red after all that, and take a break from Nicolas Cage and do the 2 Red movies after we go through the Kirk Cameron ones, just for some fun, because dear
I thought
God,
we were doing Repo.
That's right. Maybe we'll do all three of those movies, because they're just dumb fun.
Time to put together a calendar of what you're planning, just so you can keep it all straight.
We're gonna come see Rod, and he's gonna be talking to this guy like string attached and shit. Like, yeah, we're gonna watch this movie after this, and then we're gonna find this movie with that.
I was gonna say, because you said we're doing Repo after.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
The Kirk Cameron, and then I guess we're doing Red after Repo.
We'll get back to Nicolas Cage. It's not like his movies are going anywhere.
Yeah.
And who knows? We may have more by the time we finish our side.
Oh, I mean, we're
8 months later.
We're not even
8 months later. Our side quest finally done. He had like 7 more movies.
And that whole thing. And don't get me started. I've been looking for a plausible reason to buy a corkboard and some red yarn.
Beyond just, hey, I want to.
Yeah. Just putting Nicolas Cage movies, other movies, just small pictures of their titles or whatever. Cork string going all across. I mean,
I think I found the links.
I finally got my flag hung that says, we do this not because it's easy, but because we thought it would be easy.
Now I've got to do something. I got to do a thing before Friday's team meeting. Darn it!
I found the missing link here.
But to go back to this movie, they did a lot of it pretty well. I mean, you could definitely tell if you've watched the Nicolas Cage one, it seemed like they were trying to have this be the sequel to that.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, except for by the end of that one, it was pretty much shown that all 3 of them were believers.
Yeah, there's kind of like some non-overlap there.
Yeah, it was like a weird kind of retcon.
Well, I mean, there's other things I wanted to retcon from my head, so.
And
You'll never get it out of your head now.
Joke from The Crow.
What?
The whole thing where he goes, Jesus Christ, and he goes, Stop me if you've heard this one. Jesus Christ walks into a hotel and hands the innkeeper 3 nails and asks, "Can you put me up for the night?"
I expected at least a groan man.
No,
I mean,
I knew where
granted,
that one was going from the start.
Oh crap. Bruce Lee's son did it better.
Brandon Lee.
Brandon Lee.
Freaking going through the Rolodex in my head trying to remember some actors' names right now.
Yeah, it just I have say part of my brain has a hard time taking either of them seriously because they sound like adverbs.
What?
Bruce Lee, Brandon Lee.
Hmm.
Don't tell me what
Uh-huh.
don't tell me what Brandon Lee means, but you know,
I'm more worried about his Bruce Lee's brother, Sutton.
Oh no.
It's always better the whole fact that most people don't realize that, you know, Karl Marx's sister was less known, Anya.
Oh.
that is terrible.
Uh-huh. Mm.
But no, I'll still say
It's
like
clever though.
like we said, this movie was definitely better than the Nicolas Cage movie. Well, it still has some bits of retcon from the Nicolas Cage variant. Like I said, I still think it was a little better for this one of the trying to have it already post Rapture.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, you didn't need to tell that story a third time.
I was gonna say, I mean, technically, if it's meant to be a sequel at heart to the Nicolas Cage one, it would be everything that happened after the plane landed.
Mm-hmm.
The plane landing in it's just I think that's the worst part of that fucking movie. Sorry.
Don't think about it. It was bad.
We try very hard not to.
Yeah.
Then I like for this one as well when they're talking about building the temple. You know, he's talking to Stonegal and he's like, "Now you want to build a temple?" And he's just, "It's a nice temple." just that fucking line was like, they had like great actors for this that just did so well. Like we said, Neil McDonough he's just awesome. He plays
really
some
is.
ridiculous characters, but the man
really
is just great.
Man can act.
Yeah. He can play lead, villain, supporting. He's just there. Like Bailey Chase as Nikolai did what he could. I just think they chose he should have at least tried to put
He's not as good as the other guy.
Yeah. Without the accent, because, you know, coming from Romania, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
He should have an accent. He would not sound like an American. If anything, he would sound more British than anything else when he speaks in English. He would not have that American.
He didn't even
English
have
accent.
a British accent.
Yeah.
He
was way too American. He still performed well. He just was missing what was needed to be there, in my opinion.
To be that character, yeah.
He's not that guy, pal. Yeah. He's not that guy.
But
exactly.
Like, the deliverance of the speech was good. It's just he did not have that bravado that the original guy did.
Yeah, you get always better when you can do it with your natural voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it seemed like I said, like we all said, that they were trying to push a little more too much than the modern stuff into it that really didn't need to be there, so they had to throw in the effects. Yeah, because
and they could have pulled it off with the effects, but they overdid it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, or they could have did a visual effect and not have had
like
the voice
they
issue.
did in the first one, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, they sort of did it by having. Go ahead. Sorry.
The first one did it by having that thing where like the room would turn black and white and then like fade into color again and then black and white.
Well, it wasn't black and white. It was just when the whole thing was going on, it was everything was darker. There wasn't much around. Like the people in that room were the center of everything. And then once it was done, everything is
Everything
bright.
snapped back.
You can
Yeah.
see the light again. It's that whole thing. And to have that whole changeover of how fast it was, then having, Kirk Cameron playing Buck of like, wait a minute. Wait, don't, and everyone's like, oh my God, such a terrible tragedy. And this one, they didn't have that change of lighting demeanor to say that everything had been through. It was just all of a sudden everybody ran.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
comes to and there's panic.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually was closer to what happened in the book, because that's how Buck was able to get out of the building.
Yeah.
He got out of the building in the mad rush to get away from the crazy shooting that just happened.
Yeah, which would still make sense, but having that like moment of clarity, or I shouldn't say clarity, that moment of where you're visually seeing that everything went from what the explanation being done to now being that the Antichrist has had what he wanted to happen.
Mm-hmm.
He played them like a harp from
Yeah,
hell.
I think the whole thing of like having the security guard being the would-be assassin was a better setup than the, in the throes of being, caught in a web that, he killed his friend and then sadly took his own life. It's like, that one was okay, but each has their ups. The speech for the Antichrist was definitely done better in the Kirk Cameron movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one of like the why everyone would have left didn't make a lot more sense. And his explanation of why someone would be killed, especially with the whole thing of, being like, oh, my successor would be you.
Yeah.
Yours was good, his was better.
He's very, very smart about, well, he's the Antichrist. But in this movie particularly, he was very smart about playing to the other guy's ego while he was doing all of the one actually doing all of the evil shit.
Mm-hmm.
While he was
behind the
pulling all the
scenes.
strings.
You notice that technically he ended up being his successor. He took all the responsibility
Mm-hmm.
for the shit that Nikolai did.
I know what else I didn't like about this one. So in the Kirk Cameron one, he outlined his plan of what he was going to do. He said, I'll make you all kings in your own territories,
Yeah.
Under me. He outlined his plan. In this one, he goes straight to, oh yeah, we're gonna fuck this guy. I'm going to assassinate this guy.
Like I was saying, that's actually really closer to what happened in the book. But
it is. Well,
and
again,
that whole thing for the Kirk Cameron one, they brought up the whole thing of how the Antichrist would have lead over 10 kings for 10 kingdoms.
yeah.
And that, so it made sense in the explanation. For this one, they left that out of all of Revelation.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing of like him trying to search on the two different phones for things from the Bible and all of a sudden it's not there was just really weird to me.
That was so ridiculous.
Yeah, there's no way
a
in
lot
hell you're
less-
going to erase the Bible.
The Bible app, I could understand the
app. Well, I recognize that app. It pulls data from a web server, and you're not going to be able to, at least quickly or with any consistency, completely delete the contents of the Bible from the internet, just like you can't delete the contents of Marx or
The
you know,
Constitution from the
Mein
internet.
Kampf or the Constitution from the internet. There's just too many copies out there. But if you're dealing with something that is referencing a discrete source, it doesn't take much technical know-how at all to take down that server. Or if you're controlling the name servers, which yeah, if they're wielding this much power in the government, they can definitely influence the name servers. You just say, okay, this domain name leads nowhere. So you could take down a discrete site very, very quickly and easily, and it would give either deleting the app or deleting the resource would give you that result. But that's okay. You go and search for other resources.
Yeah, you probably could find you probably could find someone's blog with like them copying various verses. You know, you like you said, it's impossible to get rid of something that ubiquitous.
Yeah, the thing being that didn't that didn't strike me as ridiculous specifically because of knowing how the tools work and knowing that it wasn't like a complete deletion of the Bible from the internet. It was blocking a specific single individual resource. And there's a half dozen different ways to do that. And with the power they were talking about wielding, that's child's play.
Yeah, that's it makes no sense too. All right, so you're telling me your wife didn't have a Bible at home?
Oh, she did have a
She did.
hardcover. She
He
did
didn't
have
want to
a
search it. He didn't want to go through and
hard
read it. He was
copy.
trying to search it to see if he could find something online to make it easier for him to search it up. Which is then
Yeah,
why
he
he
was
and
trying.
which was a decent way to make it to where that's the reason why he goes to the preacher himself to try to understand it better, because he didn't just want to try to sit there and read Revelations, and he wasn't going to try to just skim through the whole book till he could find it. So he was trying to find it, and since he couldn't find it online, it made more sense to go to the place to where she learned it.
Fair enough.
I will say this, I didn't realize it, but just you know how obviously we all know Kevin Sorbo played Hercules.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you also know they got him to be the voice of Hercules in the God of War series?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
No.
I mean, granted, it's only for what the first game.
God of War Ascension. I think it's the third game.
Like, yeah.
I find it kind of weird given how sex forward that those games are.
A
Um,
paycheck's a paycheck.
I mean, Kevin Sorbo's done a whole bunch of different things, and his character in that one doesn't do any of that stuff. I mean, he's an arrogant prick, but they don't have him being a complete degenerate. But there's a Kevin Sorbo movie I now want to look up to find called the A Gunfighter's Deal.
Oh wait, he's the preacher.
He plays Wesley Harper. So, Martin Cove plays Preacher in that one. It's like in his darkest days, Silas Johnson gets a visit from a mysterious man who promises to make him the fastest gun that he always wanted to be, but at what cost?
It's a
oh,
movie where he plays. It's a Western movie where he plays the preacher, a gun-toting preacher. I can't remember it.
In that one, in this one, from what I'm seeing of it, he plays Wesley Harper, who's not the preacher, because the preacher, like I just said, is played by Martin Cove.
No, I was saying that there is one where he does play a gun-toting preacher, and I don't remember what it was.
He plays a preacher a lot these days, actually.
Fair enough.
he's kind of. I mean, he's embracing his role through faith.
Yeah,
If
no,
he believes.
not complaining about it, not criticizing, just saying say one of the campy horror movies I've watched not too distant past. He's a preacher in it.
I got no problem with that, them wanting to still continue acting while doing something that is a part of their faith as well. Are all of them going to be good? That all depends on the who's watching it and how well they like it. Again, I don't think he did bad in this movie. I think he played an actual
Not at all.
pretty decent Steel.
I think about almost everyone was really good in this movie.
Except for
criticisms about
except for Bailey
Nikolai's,
Chase. He did what he could, but he's just missing a little bit more.
Oh,
Well,
super fun
Yeah.
was Barry Corbin playing Plank. That was awesome.
Yeah, Nikolai's just a miscast, and you can't get around that.
Every so often you're going to have a miscast, and I think that's the miscast for the
Well, again, it's not like he was bad. He was just missing a little bit for the role.
Right.
And considering the budget, I can understand why they went off that way. But yeah, like they had a good cast. It was a pretty decent movie. And I'd basically put it as like a mixture of taking from, like I think Angela said as well, of taking from the original and the 2004 Nicolas Cage one.
Which is the part that I have a hard time forgiving him for.
Mm-hmm.
What, borrowing from the Nicolas Cage version?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know if in the book it was that, the son Raimi is if he was raptured at home or when he was out with his sister.
No, he was raptured at home.
Okay.
She was on her way back to school.
Just like it shows in the Cameron movie.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, she almost Final Destination with a semi that broke down, or that it pulled off the road, luckily, just by pure weight of the vehicle, I'm guessing, because the driver of the semi
got raptured.
Yeah.
I say this and not to be an ass, but God's a dick in this fucking movie. Hear me out. So you rapture these people up when they're doing all kinds of shit. It's like the same people in the Nicolas Cage, like there are two pilots that got raptured up. Now all those people on that plane are fucked.
Kind of missing the point though, Tier.
I know. He got all the good people and all the assholes, but still, that is fucking terrifying.
That's kind of the point, is you don't know what you're going to be doing at the time that it happens.
Yeah.
We do not know the day or the hour.
Terrifying, honestly, Angel. Terrifying.
And that's why
I'm not saying it's not. It really is terrifying.
Yeah. That's like one of the greatest quotes that came from Supernatural for that is when I think it was Dean was talking to Castiel and he's like, aren't you guys angels supposed to be more like X, Y, and Z and happy and like spreading love and shit? And he's just like, you really need to read your Bible more.
Yeah. Biblical angels are warfare and messages.
But it's the whole thing of
fucked.
Not everything is kind and loving.
Some cases,
and it's
literally
supposed to be that whole thing of, God loved humanity so much that he let us make our own choice. Which is actually
he gave us. Yep. That's the thing. He loved us enough to give us our own choice, and also gave us a way to find our way back if we made the wrong choice.
Yeah. Gave us a way out of the mess we made.
Which is actually funny because there's one of the Asian creators, I cannot remember his name. he's done a bunch of different stuff, but he did one on that whole thing, and someone's like, well, I don't think I could be a Christian because I don't think I'm good enough in this whole thing. And he brings up the whole thing of like, he's like, that's the whole point. When you go before it's like, you go to, he's like, everyone's a sinner. When you go to lay forth that whole thing, God's not asking you to come when you think you're ready, when you think that you're good enough. He wants you to come knowing you've done wrong, ugliness, warts, and all.
Yeah, if your intention is to wait until you're good enough, you're never.
You'll be waiting forever.
Never going to. Yeah, you just can't.
Which is funny because apparently
in this movie, you're not ever going to get there.
Which is funny because apparently the dude also wasn't a big fan of Charlie Kirk, but he was still the same one. It's just like, yeah, I disagreed with him. I didn't want him dead.
My father had a saying, and he said, like, every man finds God in his own time. Like, my time is not your time to find God. And when my time comes, if I don't choose to go, then I'll miss my time. But it isn't the same, Well,
it's the same as Buck in this movie. Yeah. I can't get saved just as a favor to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to find God for myself. I have to accept him on my own.
Yeah, and even Steele, Rayford having the whole thing of when he's talking to Amanda, which is probably supposed to be later on in the series, and he brought the whole thing of, no, my wife got her point across. She had told me and I didn't do that. And if she'd have pushed harder, I'd have left.
Yeah.
Which is how all too many people respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I respond to it.
Excuse me.
I will find him in my own time.
I hope that it's in time.
Yeah, that's the catch.
I may be a lax Christian, but there's still parts of the tenets I listen to.
You can't pick and choose.
It's not a buffet.
It is.
Well, to pull the James thing, because I actually thought of this when I was less sick, to play devil's advocate, hail Satan and whatnot. That was it. That's the joke.
Oh no.
I remember when I was a young buck.
But yeah, for something like about the only thing I wasn't the biggest fan of was a lot of the modern stuff pushed into it.
Yeah.
Like the use of the cell phones and all that made sense, but the whole thing of like, oh, like COVID, like, this and that kind of forcing some of the other stuff. The reference to God's not dead, I thought was funny. I mean, I honestly thought
the pig head on there.
Yeah. I honestly thought the all souls matter thing was hysterical because they didn't harp on it at all. It was just
it was just
there.
Yeah.
He looked
the
at it like
reference was absolutely hilarious
because it was perfectly timed. Like it made sense to say that line there.
Yeah, because the guy's trying to open the door. He's like, "Come on, Hercules."
And again, if you don't know that Kevin Sorbo was in it, it doesn't detract from the movie.
Which just seems utterly impossible to not know that Kevin Sorbo played Hercules.
You could still have someone that did not watch Hercules as a kid.
I was going to say, the very young, believe it or not, there are people younger than you, Ryan.
I know, but it's kind of like one of those things that's almost basically a meme. Which I was
just teasing you.
Yeah, I'll still say I will take Kevin Sorbo's Hercules, especially over The Rock's Hercules. That movie was, from everything I saw of it, was just meh at best. And I don't hate The Rock as an actor like a lot of people do.
I don't hate The Rock as an actor, but that movie was terrible.
I really loved the Kevin Sorbo Hercules series.
Kevin Sorbo Hercules series was great.
Yes, it was completely endearing.
Well,
Yes, I
I
watched
like the series.
Hercules and Xena.
I like Xena a lot better.
I love Bruce Campbell, and Bruce Campbell played Autolycus. Loved
Oh no,
it.
Itacles.
No, we had this argument before. You looked it up, and
I know.
it is Autolycus.
I know. I was just fucking with you. It's sort of like that other movie we watched, Captain Zumarama's Mandragora.
Captain Corelli's mandolin.
That's what I said.
I really like the guy that I have a problem remembering the guy's name, but Hercules' sidekick. I have a
Aeolus.
problem. Say it again.
Aeolus.
Yes, thank you.
That could be it. I don't
Because
know.
I keep wanting to call him Autolycus. I really loved Aeolus.
Oh yeah, he did great in that one as well. They had a great cast for it. No, like I'll still say a movie that I know or two movies technically that a lot of people don't like, just because of what they are, because they're technically sequels. That I thought were actually better than I expected were the Jumanji movies, the ones after the Robert
The first
Rodriguez
one was great. I didn't see the second and third one.
The second and third one aren't bad because it's the whole thing of the people being brought into Jumanji as characters in the game. And one of them, and it's like you have Jack Black, you have Kevin Hart, and you have obviously
Karen
The Rock,
Gillan.
and then there's another person. I can't remember.
Karen Gillan.
Yeah, Karen Gillan. And in all of those, they have to act as the character that came from the other world. So they're having to play someone else. They're a guy disguised as another guy disguised as another dude, basically.
Yeah. And the Jack Black had to act like a teenage girl.
Yes.
Mm.
And the sequel has Danny DeVito in it. Because both of those have they got the kid who played the son in Hereditary.
I hate that movie. I hate that movie.
Yes, I'm saying that actor though.
I'm sorry.
He's not a bad actor.
I'm sorry. That movie just makes me.
Yeah, I know.
I actually like Midsummer. It has that one part that's a bit much.
They
with
playing nigger nuts.
The old people jumping off the cliff. But I do like it. Hereditary, I cannot. Oh.
It's not for everyone.
No, it is not.
But all in all, this movie was actually pretty enjoyable. It was fun.
Yeah.
It didn't overly preach, but didn't underly preach to try to take away from it. Like I said, I think the putting the current events in it was the worst thing of it.
Yeah,
they didn't hide the premise of the story.
No.
Like I said, I just feel like it was an attempt to update a movie that did not need to be updated.
Yeah, although I did like the whole thing of when they had the one pastor for the whole thing of the video for those left behind.
Pastor Billings?
Yes, and that whole thing of like he's watching it and then it skips the whole thing where he's actually at the pulpit instead of just on screen and does the walking towards Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah.
That was pretty wild.
That was a freaking good one.
I thought that was brilliant.
That was great. And then to have him pause it and then he's not there. It's like, oh, dude.
I knows how to make a film.
Yeah.
That was very impressive. I enjoyed that.
Serbian film.
Don't.
Watch a Serbian film. Look, if I want to watch torture porn that's not freaking
I have
Saw or the Hostel movie, they could always just watch Martyrs.
I was gonna say, brother, I don't like Hostel because it's just torture porn. From what I've heard about a Serbian film, it's just torture porn, and I am not into that.
Yeah.
You know this.
Yeah. Well, I exclude the first Saw movie from the whole torture thing.
Oh, the first Saw movie and even maybe the second Saw
Yeah.
movie are decent.
The first one was really good for what it was. But
Very low budget.
yeah,
Basically single set.
nearly single set. But yeah, going back to this one, had a good title card that was right there in the beginning, like not even 2 minutes into the movie.
I can't help but laugh. We're now addressing title cards, even though Mitch isn't here.
Yes.
It all
But it's important.
It happened because of 2 movies. The other Day of the Dead movie, and or no, it was both the Day of the Dead movies took forever in it, and then also Outcast. They just took forever in their title card, and it's like, I know Mitch is like, it's still a cardinal to him. It's a cardinal sin if they don't show it. It's like, I have no problem if they're not going to show it. It's like, if you are going to show it, it should be within the first like 2 minutes.
Apparently, Mitch is like, it either has to be at the beginning of the film or the end of the film. But if it goes more than 5 minutes into the film, it's too long.
Yeah.
You should have just saved it for the end of the film.
Yeah, he's willing to accept a title card outside the first few minutes of the film if it is the beginning of the credits. You basically the very close of the movie, you end it title card. Roll credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a classic way to do it for a while. But all in all, I think we're going to call it here. It's been over an hour and a half. This was a fun movie. Before we go, would you recommend this one? I mean, we all were on the obvious recommend the Kirk Cameron one. The one, the Nicolas Cage one should be, buried and left behind. But would you recommend this one? I'd actually say I would recommend this movie. Tier?
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this. I didn't want to turn around and pretend it wasn't attempting to be left behind. So.
And Will, would you recommend this movie?
Yeah, I'd recommend it. I had a good time. Got to sit here and enjoy it with my popcorn and a cat in my lap. So
it's got its quirks, but all movies do, and it's still this one is watchable.
And that's important.
Yes. But otherwise, like I said, yeah, we're gonna get out of here. It's like what, St. Patrick's Day is next week, so is the time change. Daylight savings.
Yep.
Yep.
Hopefully, depending on how things go tomorrow, I'll be able to make it to the range. Otherwise, it's gonna kind of kill my small ass channel of not having content for like 2 weeks. I might just make some at my desk. So y'all have a good one.
Show proper gun maintenance.
We'll work on feeling better first.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do anything last week because I was waiting on stuff. And plus I didn't know if there was going to be a class. And I was like, okay, I got plans. I even got a little skit I'm going to do for the one gun that I got to do a test on. That I'm not going to spoil until I actually do it. The other little part was when I was going to be like, wait, this isn't a 320. I was going to do a little skit of like, have my 320 at the range, like all of a sudden pop up, turn and like throw a broom at me, but I don't know how, I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that. But we're going to get out of here. Have a good one, folks. Go to the theater.
Have a good night, y'all.
Night.
Bye, y'all.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Join us again next week, or you can check out the other people in the panel in the description and see us again plausibly on one of their channels, or just check out what work they've done. Have a good week, everyone.